Hello everyone. In this video, I'm just gonna explain the most commonly used data modeling scheme, which is known as a star schema. In this, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible so that whosoever is starting in this data analytics world, they can easily understand how to just model, your data with the star schema in a code layer. Right. So what I have done is I have just, published a Medium article. You can just, I will provide a link into the description. You can just go through with this Medium article. And here I just put all the queries which are required to not only create the tables as well as how to load the data and how to extract the data to just understand how this star schema based data modeling helps us to just optimize the query, which can be directly fed to any data visualization tool like Power BI, Looker, or Temp. Right. And along with that, I have already given a one strategic plan. Like once you have the foundational understanding regarding the star schema, then how you can just take that foundational knowledge to the next level where you can make yourself comfortable with the real-time use cases, because real-time use cases is far complicated. Right. So without further delay, let's get into the setup part first, and then we will start executing all the queries. All those queries I'm going to run on a PostgreSQL. So first, the very first thing which we need a PostgreSQL. And for that, I have already created a Docker Compose. If you want, I can share that with you. And I will provide all these information into the Medium article as well. I'm using a Postgres 7.6. You can use any database. All you need to do is whatever the query you are getting from this Medium article based on your database type, you have to change that accordingly. So there would be here and there a little bit of syntactical changes, right? So the very first thing we have to make the Docker, we have to make the PostgreSQL up. So I'm using a Docker Compose to have the, the Postgres up and running. I'm getting inside this. You can use whatever the database, tool you are using. But I love, these command line arguments. So that's the reason I just use form, right? Oh man, I just made a mistake here. This command has to be used. This has to be not F, it has to be form. Okay. Now we are inside the data platform DB. Now let's just start, typing some of the queries, and then we will just start understanding the concept, right? So in a star schema, the very first thing which you have to understand, we have a fact table. What exactly the fact table is? In fact table, we have an aggregated value. Most of the time, you will find there will be some numeric numbers in a fact table, whereas in a dimension table is going to actually contain, a lot of data regarding, a given entity. Here, the use case which I'm considering here is sales related stuff for the any organization wherever this is applicable, right? So let's start try to see, how we can track the product sales with the help of a star schema. So what do we need, right? I mean, to just establish this fact and the dimensional based star schema, right? So just to have a sales related data points, we need a quantity, right? How many quantity we have sold, what's the price, in which location we sold, and what are the customer who has bought, right? So now, if you just think about it a little bit, so we need a table. So we are calling those table as a dimension tables, because now that table is going to be a supported table for our main table fact, which is going to be at the center. And this is how the structure look like, right? So we have a fact sales right here. We have a fact sales which require these fields: sales ID, data key, product key, store key, customer key, sales price, and the quantity sold. Here you are seeing there we have 4 foreign keys, and all these foreign keys are coming from the dimension table. So we have 4 dimension table. So data key is coming from the data, dim data, where the data key is a primary key, where and in fact sales is going to be a foreign key. And same we can see about this dim product, where product key is the primary key, and here we have a foreign key. And likewise, we call the store key and the customer key. And at the end, whatever the data we want in this fact table, we are having a sales price and the quantity sold, which is actually going to provide us all the insight. And that is where, the data visualization tool are going to use these fields, right? So how can we achieve that? I have already inside my data. So the very first thing which we have to do is we have to create all the required tables, right? So to do that, I have already captured here. I will just provide all this information to you guys. This is the dim product table where we have a product key, product name, product category. Same with the dim date where we have a data key, full date, month, name, and year. This is how we are. If we need a specific date based data, we can extract on the month basis or the year basis. Same with the store key, store name, and the city, customer key, customer name, and the customer type. So I can copy all those 4 dimensions table from here and I can quickly create. Okay. The next thing is, building a fact table, and this is what the fact table is. It's again very simple concept where we need date sales ID, then 4 foreign keys which are coming from the 4 dimension tables, then 2 fields like sales price and the quantity, and then we have to provide this foreign key syntax to establish the relationship between the fact and the dimension table, and normally we call this the parent-child relationship. The next thing is now we have set up, where we have our star schema based structure ready. Now we have to fed the data, right? So feeding the data again, we can just go to this data and all these queries I have put it in my Medium article. You can come here and you can just copy paste and run the same thing. I can quickly do this. I can copy the entire section from here and then I can come here to my database and just copy them. All the data is got inserted into a dimension table on the fact table. So now we are ready with the star schema based data modeling on our database. Now we are ready to just get the data, whatever the data will be. So for example, if you need a data for total sales in today, right? So how can we do that? All we need to do is to just select this query. What it is doing, it is summing the sale price with the quantity sold, and these 2 fields we have already populated in our fact tables, right, as a total sale. So how we can get the total sale? By just multiplying the quantity sold with the sale price of that particular product. So if I run this query, we will get this, right? So it's 15 lakhs, 1,59,100, right? The same thing is sales by product category and stored city, right? So if we want to see what all product, sold out in a given city, what is the total sales for that? And we can just see this, right? So this is again a simple query, which we are using a fact table as well as the dimension table to just create the information. So we can see product category is electronics in city like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore, and this is the total sale which we have, right? So transaction count, 2 counts for Delhi, 2 for Mumbai, 1 for Bangalore. And now you can understand all these informations are very easy to extract, and these information can be easily utilized by the data visualization tool. Just think about it. If we don't have this data modeling with the star schema with the fact table, then all you need to do, you have to write a lot of complicated join with all the dimensions table which we have, and that is actually going to, give you a very low performance queries. It is going to take minutes, but whereas here you can see immediately you are getting the response. The next is there are a lot of example I have put it over here. You can just run all these queries and just understand by yourself. The premium customer sales analysis, we really want to see what all customers are our premium customers, right? You can quickly see this. Who is the customer who is just, uh, uh, buying, the more product. So Rahul Sharma, who's just bought, the product with the total price is 78,500. So that seems the most important customer for us from the, buying capacity perspective. Then we have our Amit Kumar, right? So now you can see all these kind of data insights. We can easily get that without even waiting for our complicated query to take longer duration. And this is what the beauty of this star schema. And that is why you will heard whenever you are using any data analytics platform like Databricks or the Fabric, or if you are just building your own data analytics platform, people are most of the time talking about star schema. And this is how star schema makes these data visualization tool more performant, because they are directly interacting with the fact table to get all the numbers and the insight which they need, and they just join they just need to make a few joins to the dimension table depending upon what kind of additional information they need with the fact table. And that is how these queries are becoming more performant. Now, the last and the final suggestion from my side for you guys, once you are comfortable with this entire structure, what is the star schema, how to set that up, how it is going to help us to get the insight from our data, then I would say, since it's a very simple and the foundational understanding it is providing, so what now you have to do is you have to keep adding more dimensions table, keep adding more fields to your dimension tables, and then just try to see how your fact tables are going to change, because right now we have just created one fact table for the sales. Similarly, you can create a fact inventory, fact shipping, fact marketing. To get these fact table data, again, definitely you have to add more dimensions table. So you have to just think about it, what all additional dimension tables you can add. Either you have to add all together a new dimension table, or you have to extend, the existing tables, right? So for example, you need a salesperson. If you really need that information, like who is the most effective salesperson, so you can add that table, and you can modify the dim customer as well. Like, I mean, so there can be n number of permutation and combination depending upon for what use case you are have building your data analytics platform, and accordingly you can choose how many dimensions table you need and how many fact tables you need, so that your data visualization tools can provide you the data insight in more performant way. So that's pretty much it from my side. As I mentioned, I have already talked about these main four important aspect which the star schema based data modeling provide. It's faster, it's very intuitive in design, so you can easily understand what are the fact tables, what are the dimension tables. As I mentioned, it's on not only providing a real time insight, but it is also help your data visualization tool to be more performant and provide immediately the data insights, right? Thanks for watching this. Thanks for watching this video. And in the next video, I'm just gonna cover the Snowflake data modeling schema, which is another one, which is most commonly used, which is a little bit more complicated than star schema, but I will try to make it as simple as possible so that you guys can understand. So that's it from my side for this video. If you have any feedback or suggestion, if you want to know more about star schema, please feel free to put that in the comment section. If you have any feedback, please put that feedback as well into the comment section. One more request, if you haven't subscribed for my channel, please subscribe for my channel and give a thumbs up if you really like this video. And also, if you think this kind of video can help your friends, please share with your friends and colleagues as well. So once again, thanks for watching this. Stay healthy, keep learning new things.